Hey guys, it's Mark Zupenbecker here to talk to you about Game 5 predictions for Cleveland versus Golden State. Hold on a second. Predictions for the championship game tonight. Well, not the championship. It's back in Oakland, and honestly, I think that since it's in their house, Golden State's going to take it again. That's just my opinion. I mean, argumentatively, it can go either way. But one thing I noticed about Game 4 this past Friday night when I watched it, hey Shioni, hey Colin, when I watched it, I noticed that once again no one guarded Durant. To let Durant take, Durant was shooting 50 to 65% from anywhere on the court on the offensive side of the ball. No one was guarding him. The only one that kind of guarded him really was LeBron, but LeBron did not really intentionally mean to guard him. You gotta understand, both of them are high caliber finishers, especially after a huge contact. What's up, Greg? And after a big amount of contact and everything. And what people gotta understand about this game, it's going down on the wire. I think Cleveland may come back, but if Golden State wins this tonight at their house, they may end up taking the championship, and Durant will get his first ring. I personally, I don't care what anybody else says. A lot of people say they don't like neither LeBron or Durant, but personally, as a player, Durant is good. His attitude's there. He has experience. He's been in the finals before when he was still in OKC and LeBron was still with Miami. Even though LeBron demolished Durant at the time, because at the time OKC was rebuilding. They were rebuilding. What's up, Matt? They were rebuilding. They were rebuilding around the younger guys in Westbrook, Harden. Yeah, they got to win at home to close the series, because if it's they should have won over in Cleveland last Friday. They should have, but they did not. Shaquille O'Neal. What up, man? Yeah, well, here's the thing, Greg. Here's the thing you gotta understand about that. It was at their house, but see, they were already leading the series 3-0. If they beat Cleveland at their house, Durant would have had his first ring. But since Cleveland came back at a late minute, it's do or die for them again. If they have the series 3-2, then they'll go to Game 6, which would be a Golden State again, and the winner of Game 6. Then it'll be 3-3. But then if they were to play, they go back after that Game 7. They go back to Cleveland on Saturday night, and the winner of Game 7, I hope this happens. The winner of Game 7 will be the champion. Now, in my opinion, you gotta understand, Golden State will be the first team in NBA history to win over an 80-game season. Okay? They have not lost an NBA playoff game as of last Friday when they played over in Cleveland. No team right now can match up to Golden State's high caliber playing style. You got no team on either the West or the Eastern side of the conference that can do that. The only one that could probably keep up with them right now, like I said, Cleveland. Cleveland Cleveland's been there at least 3 times. They have showed everybody that Cleveland is not backing down. Cleveland's not giving up. LeBron even said that Friday night after the game in the press conference. He said, "We might have won. We might have won the game, but this series is still going on. We need and see. This is what Tyronn Lue needs to do. This is what Tyronn Lue needs to do. He needs to take the pressure off LeBron and give the ball to the Kyrie or J.R. Smith. Now, for the second option, they can give J.R. Smith the three ball at any given time. He can hit it from anywhere, like Durant. I mean, like Irving. Irving can create space. He can make the defender look like he's going left, but instead he's going right. Kyrie is more of a better point guard than Stephen Curry is, in my opinion, because Curry may be creative with his dribbles. He may be one of the best dribblers and he'll have one of the best handles in the league. But Kyrie Irving is right behind him. Kyrie plays at a high caliber level. So does Curry. But Irving is not scared. Irving is relentless. Irving is fearless. He would go inside as much as he can, and he was spaced out the floor with his perimeter shooting, and one of the greatest handlers in the game. Now, Stephen Curry, he's not that far off himself. I think they're neck and neck with it, but Kyrie is a better defender than as opposed to if Curry was playing defense. The only thing Curry can do, honestly, in my opinion, he actually can play it. The only thing he can do is steal. Kyrie can block, he can steal, he can lock him down, he can send offensive charge, all that. He knows how to take contact. And everything. And the thing about what you guys got to understand about how LeBron plays, LeBron has experience playing against Durant. He guarded Durant when they played each other back in 2013 when he was still when Durant was still with OKC. All right? He wasn't ready. But they were there, but they weren't ready for the championship. Now, almost 4 years later, hey Danielle, 4 years later, I could see him doing it again. It's a slight possibility. Hopefully they win tonight. And I hope Cleveland gets to the Game 7, but I don't think Cleveland will have enough firepower to get to Game 7 against one of the best three-point shooting teams in the entire NBA. In the entire NBA history. But they got to keep a good record, though, which they do. Golden State has one of the best records in the league right now. One of the best records in the league right now. And I'm telling you up front, I think Golden State will beat Chicago's record again. Because remember back in the day, Chicago had one of the best records in the Eastern and in the Western Conference back in the mid-90s. And they had won over 74 games. They only had 4 losses. 4 losses. And one of the losses was against the Utah Jazz back in 97 when Jordan scored over 62 points, a number of assists, a number of rebounds. When Stockton and the mailman, Karl Malone, they tore him up. They tore up Jordan, they tore up Pippen, they tore up their entire bench. The score ended up being 105-96. Utah. Now, almost 20 years later, we're seeing another team that could possibly beat the record again. They are the highest. Golden State is the highest. Is ranked number 1 in the league right now with more 3-point shots made than anybody in their conference on the Eastern Conference. Let's see if they can do it again. But since it's back at their house, like Shaq said, some teams do better at home than as opposed to off the road. But see, he forgot to mention that some teams don't play better at home. They do better out on the road. So really, they can give or take. This is the third time that these two teams met, and I think Golden State's going to take it again. That's just my opinion. I don't care what anybody else says, I think Golden State's going to take it. Golden State's going to take it, and then you're going to have Durant with his first NBA ring in 9 years. But see, here's one thing. There's one cool fact I forgot to mention before I let you guys go. Both Jordan, LeBron, and possibly Durant took them 9 years, their first 9 years in the league, to win an NBA championship. But on Jordan's side, after he won the first one, he won another 5. And 3 of them were back-to-back. 2 of them were kind of spread out. And one of them was right before he retired and then came back. He retired because of family reasons. He lost his father that year. They won the championship. And Jordan said he needed to take some time off to get his mind right. He retired. He said he needed to get his mind right. He was suffering from the loss of his father, and he won the championship game on Father's Day 1997. And Jordan took that trophy, ran to the back in the locker room, and he held that. He even got interviewed by one of the analysts there, and Jordan was bringing out tears. He didn't know what to say. So what he did was, he turned around and ran back to the locker room with the title, and he had that trophy under his stomach, holding it down while he was tearing up. That was an emotional time. Even though I was only a little baby, I saw later on, why he did it. It was his first game it was his first NBA championship game since the passing of his father on Father's Day 1997. Let's see if Golden State can actually mop Cleveland. They will, trust me. I know that for a fact. They're gonna mop Cleveland. They're gonna mop them like they're gonna mop. Cleveland's gonna get mopped like the floor wasn't wet before 5 minutes ago. We'll see what happens tonight. Game 5 in Oakland, 9 o'clock, ABC. Be there, be square. I'm not watching it because I got to go to work early in the morning. So you guys enjoy your night. For those of you tuned in, appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming out and watching me talk my ear off, y'all's ear off, while y'all probably snoozing in front of the TV anyways, watching my stuff. So you guys have a good night. And for most of y'all, hey, like I said before, let's see if Cleveland can bring it back. I hope they do. Good night.